People who look at choreography, look at dances, and a horrible insult in the dance world is to be accused of Mickey Mousing the music, which is a subject that I don't like very much. I've been accused of doing that, which just means you're reflecting what's happening musically in your actions. So of course, Mickey Mouse wasn't improvising. Mickey Mouse was very deeply and beautifully choreographed at the Disney workshops. They were writing the music and animating the figures at the same time. They're drawings, and they're turned into animation. That's what's so fabulous, animation to give a spirit to something. And so to do, to have a trill be a turn or a run or a skitter, and the big bass drum is, it's like, or the horn is male and the clarinet is female, like this sort of ridiculous analogies aren't completely unfounded. My favorite kind of dancing involves being on rhythm, on the beat. It's like, what's wrong with that? There's no syncopation without a pulse. The brilliant Walt Disney and his animators and composers came up with what we recognize as belonging, as the story that goes with music. Whether it does or not, it doesn't matter. One of, my favorite Rite of Spring is in Fantasia, and it has dinosaurs and volcanoes. My favorite Nutcracker is the Nutcracker Suite, also from Fantasia, fabulously choreographed. What's better than that? So that kind of fantasy isn't that removed from a piece like, the Songbird songs with piccolos impersonating birds. It's like, oh, that sounds like a bird. It's supposed to. Hooray, or that sounds like something bad's gonna happen. These feelings we get that aren't necessarily translatable into text. That's my job as a choreographer. It's also my job as a listener to music. So unless it's like Ein Heldenleben or Pierrot Lunaire or something that is telling me a very specific story through text, or through text in some cases, or just straight through evocative programmatic music, that to me usually tells me too much. I'm not a big fan of the sort of programmatic symphony that tells me of the trip we're going on. I like it to be a little more ambiguous and more mysterious than that. So of course one identifies, fast major mode music as happier than slow minor mode music, because that's how it makes you feel, and that has to do with the physics of sound itself, and the reason that equal temperament is a lie, and the reason that people used to respond specifically to various modes and keys, that doesn't happen in the same way anymore, because there's too much of everything and it's all been sort of homogenized by, Bach, let's say it. But the wonderful turning away from equal temperament that, Lou did in response to Harry Partch's great book, Genesis of a Music, and so have a lot of people. So does the string quartet, so does the a cappella choir, so does everything. So everything that happens, all sounds affect all other sounds. Where you are, the resonance, your chest cavity, your imagination, if your chair is uncomfortable, the temperature in the room or outside, all of this affects everything, and that's as it should be. That's so wonderful that everybody gets this variety.